what happens when you can't?
Then we look into other medicines. There's new developments happening all the time.
Polly,
Never been called that before.
that is the right name, is it?
Optimist. I'm a pessimist.
A realist. So, when the time comes,
I will look out.
say, what if you can't?
Then maybe we'll look into getting some sort of care. What are you thinking? I'm here forever. But is that possible? We'll find out that love all is possible. I don't want it. Your life because your life in one. By you. Not by you.
It's okay. You can rest. You know, it's said for you to rest. They found you. Thank God. This is what I was saying. You've just been in. She's got concussion. He's okay, but we want to keep him into things. Keep an eye on him. What?
Oh, what?
It was just not my fault. I was probably on the phone, not looking where I was going. Sounds lefty.
Right, well, we'll call it it's really good today, so. You're right.
It's just sorry, what's your
Failure. It's hold it back. Just a coincidence here.
It wasn't broken. Wasn't. Wait for this step. Stop on broken. This is right. Don't try and all the next cover on the base, all the profile pick this. I think she's got some reason. Okay, okay, so
Babe, yeah, some large red.
yes, mate. Large red one, that's
Love it, babe.
yes.
Okay.
That's right. It's not break out.
Tell me, cat's doing it.
Well, he's had a drink and I haven't, yeah. Anyway, it's the least I can do, innit? Seems as he's agreed to put this one up. Really? I said I'd asked him, huh? So as of right now, he's got a spare room with your name on it. Oh, man, that's great news.
Oh, cancel mine and all.
Already now. No, stay.
Let's spend some time together. That first thing.
What are you doing here?
Well, I just want to see.
Early on. Yeah, what is here?
I didn't think this happened.
This one slap.
Sorry. And stop that set and I'm sorry guys. I'm not taking it to hurt.
Just get out.
Which I'm obviously not a part of. No, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I shall leave you to it. I shall see you later. I've been looking into my sister's diary. I've already found out. I asked her not to tell anyone. I didn't want people to change my mind. But today, she asked me to tell Ronnie. So I did. And then I've decided to just not to carry on.
Switching transport, saving the everyday, off to see the world, going to uni, upgrading after a promotion, just want the cash, or simply something better. Get it sold and have the cash in your bank today. Get a quote today, check out the coming out at winbuyanycar.com.
The people love spreading germs and bringing them home on their clothes, making it petty to leave the germs behind. I get to witness how it happens. Isn't that so common? so much into it. Only I think like twice a week. Regularly parents on numbers on the streets are check on the teaching and policies to find it confidence and allows them to submit evidence directly to the evidence, allowing them to track, arrest, and build cases against members quite quickly. We're building out a network
Oh!
Submit reports of crimes.
Oh, can you chuck us my vape?
The most important bit is it comes with the evidence for the offence. So the key bits are the CCTV of the actual offence, identified and then the identification of the offender, so it has facial recognition built system and ability to provide the victim statement. It's those three key things.
Mummy, why are you acting so silly? I'm trying to sleep in Daddy's space.
Short conviction rates are extraordinarily low, aren't they? Quadruple the rates of the areas that have been trialled, but that's only up to 30%. There's just a 30% chance of full-time charges. There's just 7% why on conviction
haven't necessarily been at the top of our priority in the last few years. People are focused on some crime, but in this case we've really stepped up our work here. And as you say, last year we set we're already at 40%. That double and then the technology taking more to level. And as I said, the business stock is speed is provided. So this is where the
Fucking hell!
In this case, this digital platform, we're able to take the report, secure the evidence, and make
I know.
But still, it's just like a 70% chance that you're not going to
yeah, you should maybe be done that area, but I think first off,
No.
we've got some people who retained and reporting right to us, and that's been one of the priorities, of course, in the last 12 months with securing. But as I say, the previous wave was 14%, or the current year, the previous year was 7%. But we're definitely on that
CCTV, people are witnessing it. We all, I think, people in the southeast and certainly see people just putting stuff in their mouths. It's on CCTV. Why is there no fear of being caught moving?
Well, I do think the lack of efficiency in the process is being exploited. I'm not necessarily conscious by offenders, but the reality is that the shopping is so reliant on the CCTV as to avoid all the evidence you see. If there's any glitches in the process of securing the evidence, that's where there's become the problem. So over time, because that's a key elongated process, we'll store the pictures of multiple crimes across a week. By the time the process is going back, that's where you can't secure the evidence. Sometimes the evidence is gone, not sure which, store money, store which money goes to. There's the transfer of the evidence, so transferring to the police, so the days gone by the VHS or emergency, those are well gone. So now we're on this platform, so technology is really helping in this space. So it's both. The technology is
Bridge is barely holding up.
And whilst those technologies, whilst those securing evidence as a
Because look at the number you're dealing with it. You have to get capacity going down. There's a that the food systems are overwhelmed. If all of a sudden you have 4 or 5 times the number of people doing it, I don't think there's
No? It was on this chair. I'm just wondering whether it was a towel that I used to dry myself yesterday, and then I brought it in here when I was cleaning the back of, well, not cleaning, drying the back of my hair.
That is that will be uploaded to because that's the company has done. You can set one that costs digital. Do you know when this stuff is? It's been an travel insurance. Okay, travel insurance. Huge weather. For the next few days, we'll bring some much over rain, but it will be mainly the week with nothing significant expected for the grounds winds. Mostly warming today, in southern parts will be the same. Again, heavy showers, some showers, and beyond. Some local, the eastern area, some eastern with strong water elsewhere, the final evening for entrance. Covenanted, boxes, weather. Today, the Prime Minister has confirmed the early release of some prisoners will go ahead.
They should release the ones that have not got any victims. People that are in there for driving offences. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Why? I got mine for 130. You have to check the one. Oh, yeah, move it. Once a bar to multiple
You don't want to let out people that go looking for fucking kids to touch and that, you know what I mean?
Hey, you up there? Hey, see if you can find something to pry this door open. Those access tunnels lead to the snowcat garage. I can get us inside.
He wanted his money to go to art, not human expenses. It was much more affordable. He said, why? No, it was all sorted and all paid for his community. That chose good information.
Found anything yet? Come on, hurry! Before those things come back!
When they handed in the trash into the night, the state put tea in the trash. Then the nuisance said, remember him power. Always did sort of thing. The Yorkshire Post said, collection online with USB today. If that's a plan, you get one.
What door am I looking at here, for fuck's sake?
tougher monitoring. The one lists previously announced that offenders convicted of rape, serious child sexual offences and grooming will no longer be eligible for Britain's new home scheme. To know this topic that's out and start serious offenders. Still be released early for other offences. I have pushed to the very limits of what is possible to do. I know I can look people in the eye and say to them there is nothing more I could ask for without risking the prison system capacity and collapsing the incomes. Such an outcome would expose the public to enormous risk. I spent much of my political life making difference from the families of the Hillsborough disaster to those affected by the affected blood scandal. I've seen the pain falls that we hope are let down by the very
Hey, you up there! Hey, see if you can find something to pry this door open. Those access tunnels lead to the snowcat garage. I can get us inside.
Can't even see where you're talking from.
The Beasley Harper's widow, Missy, says she's appalled. She said, the killers are very, very,
Come on, hurry! Before those things come back!
They're meant to be on our side. This is a hospital trial. In response to the Justice Secretary, Alex Norris told Sky News that the government of all the collapse of the prison system.
The individual whose drivers are subject to disability and to other perpetrators are related to that sentence. I will I was to express that I express how angry I am to be in a situation where I haven't made significant changes.
Yeah, I noticed.
Defenders who intend to contact provisions which these decisions will the first is that this evidence until October information time to recalculate the sentences and recalculate because the secondary changes of these exclusions are in place. Exclusions for rapists, for groomers, and for people that have committed serious child sexual offences. They're the exclusions which have been put in place. What this is that as of the beginning of October, we'll start seeing these releases happen, and we heard this morning that they expect some 5,000 people to be released across 10 tranches rather than the original 6,000 which was going to be in September. This virus has come off the back of years now at the local parliament, which is why we saw this independent sentencing policy and the changes that we're now seeing implemented from October over the back of that sentencing. starting with the locator at the hard waypoint rather than the two thirds and the less serious offenders can be released after serving a third of that sentence rather than a 20% increase under successive governments. But we're already starting to see a dividing line between significant some of the news this morning allowing payments to others restrictions in place to stop them from being released earlier in their sentence. Sarah, and she was the victim of this part of the rather I was thinking that it makes me story the amount of awful lives we've stopped that. But if they'd have not stopped and examined things unifying this awareness from this element scheme, then there would be so much more uproar and uncertainty in the communities. As the human side effects of human consequences, there is, of course, the political reality and the pragmatism that has come with this decision, which is one of severe overcrowding. We've been hearing about it for a number of years now. We had just 100 spaces left a couple of years ago, 2 summers ago. We are not in that place now. We have some 1,800 spaces left with the prison and the correctional service, and the key to point out that the situation with prison spaces is pretty fluid. It can change.
Now to frigging holiday for them.
Bill, he operating at around 98%. Like, suggesting that the could
Hey, you out there! Hey, see if you can find someone to pry this door open. Those access tunnels lead to the snowcat garage. I can get us inside.
Information service, you'll remember there's some time to plan the movements that were due to start in September. They're not only around 6 weeks.
You found anything yet? Come on, hurry! Before those things come back!
So it's a part of the situation. It's still negative with the working up this morning. It's a good part here that many of those offenders are still going to be released, albeit the assessed exclusion case.
Some of them is have suffered, but essentially really getting caught by this morning so they said that their boats have been tracking the rig overnight, and that before the fire, 5 people have been the rest of the people on board that being carried on towards the UK. They said they didn't intervene more because forcing reminders on board rescue vessels can be even more dangerous than letting it carry on. Shortly after that, though, it's is a significant for the compact size of aircraft. There's a number of different spectrums, so last month a record was set for the number of people on board one such vessel, one such limited as it's been done, 165 people. Anti-German and Western cracked down on it before the announcement policy yesterday when it's all saying that they would deploy no vessels to take
From the government, they say this morning the border security man was alerted to an incident with his camera concerning a migrant small boat in distress and infected people. This migrant small boat this is a live rescue operation this stage in a country of Mediterranean completion. Those on board will be safely returned families. The incident underlines the terrible dangers of boat crossings with the police being collectively and strengthening our partnership. Reform UK also said this incident proves that Reform UK's Operation Fortress plan is workable. The British vessels are able to take channel migrants back to France without violating maritime and international law and fundamental terrorism. It also declared that the crossing is oversight said that this was another example of criminal gangs exploiting the lives of vulnerable migrants.
This is exactly what we say. We have to fight against the migrant smugglers and the human traffickers. This is just not exactly what they're doing. And assessment is that that's
you out
just,
there.
as I said,
See if you can find something to pry this door open. Those access tunnels lead to the snowcat garage. I can get us inside.
Smugglers and human traffickers are actually exploiting the life of human beings is not acceptable. That's what we have to fight against. Fight against the smugglers, fight against the human traffickers. We do that different ways, as I said before.
Found anything yet? Come on, hurry! Before those things come back!
The 15-year-old boy is drowned with near the tens of hundreds. The police said his body was recovered from the river. It's the police who are all adults. His dog officers say he was dead and unexpected but not suspicious. The Methodist police is safe and saying as the lead weather continues, I would urge everyone to remember that open water is serious dangers. Please only stop designated areas, taking and escaping children and children, and stay safe for them. There will be a high-figure experiment performed to the prison up to the strike and the aftermath. Given that every signs of being competent, remarkably 52-year-old survived, many police have also been resurrected the impact of President Zelensky's evidence of the growing supply of Russia's as Hollis Pictures happened yesterday, there was a growing fashion industry within southern followed by a loud explosion. 3 of those killed were unfortunately children, and 40 others were injured. Spontaneous memorials honouring the dead have been appealed across Russia, and officials have taken similarly hardline approach to refrain the response to the strike. Targets for the
Fuck!
We are getting an increasing sense from within FIFA how concerned they are that Gianni Infantino tried to sell on stakes of the World Cup to private investors and now so they can know the organisation and other people that have now formed the stability of World Cup.
Hey, see if you can find some of the brightest oil. Those access tunnels lead to the snowcat garage. I can get us inside.
Football associations around the world, but we now know in the town it was chief of global football development, Arsene Wenger, the former Arsenal manager, and he made it very clear of that in a statement today. He says, I was not involved with this strategic plan, but I'm aware of the detail of it. Considering to ignore the project is absolutely necessary. Your question, I firmly believe in the paper that serves our game, different standards. Those are values which Infantino of neglecting in some parts of World Football a behaviour of his leadership. And at the same time, FIFA has to keep on operating while the uncertainty about the very presidency of the personal residency is and brought over way more than 10 years ago. And now you get a sense of grasping distancing himself from Infantino on exclusive content. Now there's Rashford's second goes it's a start to get FIFA and talks about the extraordinary plan that the state points and celebrates the World Cup. Successful for them just now. Enterprise project. Associations hand in hand with all relevant stakeholders and full compliance with the international regulations, ensuring that the defending safeguarding the context is currently experienced. Do not need to worry. Individuals, stable moments, and unfortunate episodes come and go. Well, Gianni Infantino going, that's the push from European Federation, Great Britain to build a momentum in recent days to force Infantino out, but perhaps the pace of that has slowed because it's not, at this stage, seems to be a majority of those club workers saying they want it out, and if they want to ride with experts, they need the presidential election. Get a sense there, to actually emphasise about following the big strategies and upholding the integrity of FIFA. That's the message that we're hearing when you decide your FIFA, where still operating officers believe this happened at all last week. But anything is well, people put out a denial saying that Infantino has not made any call to the US President or members of the administration in recent days. But as Gianni Infantino is attempting to get the support of Donald Trump at the moment, he's trying to ensure that UEFA not get the majority of the rest of the world to oust him as he does fight on, bringing on to power.
Watching some get coming up. That's one thing. The second thing for breast cancer, not doing research. There's certain questions about just whether it's going somewhere. Feel highly visually, kind of a bit excited. All now feelings. Not considering that. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Very interesting.
No!
So it's maintenance free and built to last. 11,899. Find out more. Crocodile Glass around and improve your family home. Crocodile stuff.
Hey sis, I got your coffee. I just wanted to say thank you for my recovery. But you'll be spending your pocket money on this tomorrow. Just leave me a message. I'll see you. Analysis shows that breast cancer screening is 95% of women under 50 who are at risk because the current type of bacteria given to GPs is in utero. Researchers claim that the guidelines focus only on inherited genes and not on lifestyle. Well, I'm drawing out my Director of Health Policy and Evidence at Cancer Research UK, Nessa Turabi. Very good to talk to you today. So just explain to us what are the current factors that GPs take into account when they refer women under the age of 60 for breast cancer referral or screening?
Main factors that GPs will need to take into account is whether say a mother, a sister, has had a history of breast cancer, particularly whether they have had breast cancer at the age of 50. At the moment, that's the best evidence that we have that would indicate a higher risk of some getting breast cancer in the future. What this study does is it looks at a bigger range of factors, like lifestyle factors and also other breast cancer history, to try and catch a wider group of people. And what it shows is that the current guidelines find about 4 or 5% of women who will go on to get breast cancer, but these new guidelines, if they are implemented, and we need to do more research to confirm that they would actually lead to improvements, we capture about 35% of people who go on to get breast cancer.
So another
A new form of biophage capable of spontaneous combustion. Originally, I thought it might be native, but the morphology is clearly human. The subject was outfitted with a Mark I implant, perhaps something that made its way up from Arcus. What I do know is that Cole has changed. Nothing's been the same since Europa. He's up to something.
So it's not just a simple factor of whether they tick box or whether they have a certain characteristic as well. But it's really important to contextualise this. So the breast cancer, the treatment of breast cancer has been a huge success story over the last 40 years with survival doubling because of research into new treatments primarily. But we also know that earlier diagnosis is incredibly important, and that's why the screening programme that exists already for women aged 50 to 70. And this is for a smaller group of people who've got that more worrying family history, and that would open out the options of things like preventative medicine that they could take to reduce the risk of breast cancer, and in some rarer cases, risk-reducing surgery as well.
the criteria, as I understand it, is so narrow because it's the NICE guidelines that they say to GPs, you can only refer if there is a family history. Surely GPs, if they have a woman sitting in front of them who has something unusual in her breast, and she is overweight, and she perhaps drinks a lot of alcohol, and she perhaps smokes, surely it's just common sense for the GP to say, you should be referred.
Just to be very clear about this, so this is not about women with symptoms. So women with symptoms, absolutely, and if anything feels wrong for you, whether you're a man or a woman, you should definitely go to your GP. But for women with the signs of breast cancer, absolutely, there's a very effective pathway for GPs referring them. This is for people who don't have symptoms. So we're trying to find people before they develop symptoms. And the problem with that is that you have to cast the net very, very wide. And when you cast the net so wide, you can start to pick up a lot of people who will definitely not go on to get breast cancer. And we can see that in the data. So even this improved way of identifying women only gets 35% of the women. So the risk that we've got to trade off against is potentially unwanted invasive tests. Also a lot of worry. That's why when we do this kind of research, when we fund this kind of research in Cancer Research UK, it's really important to follow it through to really understand what the impact on survival, which is what really matters in the end for cancer, how that can then be translated into effective guidelines for GPs. So this is not about GPs not doing things that are the right thing to do, but it's about giving GPs more tools in their box.
And it's the same argument, of course, that we've heard around the testing for prostate cancer. If you spread your net too widely, you are creating anxiety for large swathes of the population. But just looking at, you're saying that you need more research to understand the impact of adopting it, including on staffing and equipment. I mean, if 95% of them are being missed here...
Do you know what we need to do?
Yeah, absolutely. In the NICE guidelines, we're still looking to its the effectiveness and it would be up to the NHS and the knowledge of the equipment that would be needed to deliver this effectively. And certainly in Cancer Research UK, we're calling for NHS services.
No, turn it at you.
Otherwise, we're just going to grow longer queues.
Might have to have a sit outside and then one what.
Stopping these kind of cancers, though, if you get catching breast cancer early, in terms of the cost to the NHS for screening and for referrals, it's far, far outweighed, isn't it? It's far cheaper to catch cancer early, treat it early, than have that woman have developed full-blown breast cancer and go through the NHS. It's a no-brainer here.
It is, although the cost of doing diagnostics for many more people, and not just the financial cost, but the personal and emotional cost, because these diagnostics are not without harm themselves. So it's really important that we recognise where the benefits are going to come from in terms of cancer outcomes. And at the moment, we've got huge benefits coming through from treatment over the last 40 years. And we will cast the net wider, and we're going to use data as much as we can to identify those most at risk. And if we can give GPs the information they need to make the right decisions, all the better.
Really interesting to talk to you, Nasser Turabi, Director of Health Policy and Evidence at Cancer Research UK. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll just get a look at the weather.
Good. Well, the forecast looks good.
So you sorted the travel insurance then? What's the travel insurance? Aimed to the north with nothing significant expected for the very dry south. Mostly dry and sunny throughout the afternoon, but there'll be a scattering of locally heavy, potentially thundery showers and downwards with everywhere. We can expect further showers overnight, frequent and prolonged in the extreme north and over the northwestern island, but fairly isolated elsewhere, and it will turn windy in the south and far north. Northern parts will see further showers tomorrow morning, with more general rain likely over northern parts of Scotland, Ireland, and Northern Ireland forward. Southern parts, meanwhile, will be mainly dry, if rather cloudy away from the southeast, but there will be a few showers, mainly over the south of Ireland. It will be cooler in the south and windy for the moment. Showers will develop more widely through the afternoon, but southeastern Britain looks essentially dry and sunny. Northern Scotland will see rain becoming more extensive. Thursday looks cooler still, with just a few showers spreading south. We've been travelling through tiny spots of very weather. Today, coming up, we will take to Gaza, where a mass funeral is taking place today with 105 Palestinians whose bodies were recovered after nearly 3 years of the rubble.
The people we love spreading germs and bringing the home of their clothes. Regular defenses will be and they can really sanitize the children, even on cold wash. And to keep your washing machine as clean as your clothes, it's better washing machine cleaner. Formulated at ways hard to reach places.
Selling your car? Well, here's some great news from WeBuyAnyCar.com.
You've grown a lot since those days. Nationwide, a local branch manager is never far. To get a quote in 30 seconds, enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
While you're away, no shop can take your home 24/7. We can all just our experts can see what's happening in real time. And importantly, they'll send us security guards. Give us the outdoor security cover installation. Or very remote internet. Be safe. Be sure. Very sure. It's all business.
Offenders convicted of rape, serious child sexual offences and grooming will no longer be tolerable for early release as part of each of their plans to tackle prison encounter. It comes in response to a backlash against plans set out by the Osama for legalising the most serious offenders to be released. The Victims Commissioner Claire Langston said that the Prime Minister's one early priests. I called for this pause in the urgent review because the Victims Commissioner was not satisfied that victims were being properly considered in the process. I said that the private
On the other side of the courtyard, there's a living room, a larger tiled kitchen, 3 bedrooms, all with windows to the side, as well as a shower room. Ooh, interesting. It feels a bit more than yes and no.
It's got the old bit. Okay. Okay. It's nice, it's awful, but it's not what we would expect something that we could, you know, sort of socialise and limit as well, didn't we? This is nice, isn't it? Okay, this is lovely in it. This is really nice. Now, this is quite traditional. I like this. See if I could get a nice table and
Oh.
£66,500. But I think it delivers them all the traditional Spanish charm they're after and provides a good way of living together and separately. Let's hope they agree with me so I can get my